Hello. Welcome to Lost with Must. I'm Emily Must, and this is my best friend, Shannon. Anyways, that's enough. So the last time I think I left off, I was telling you how I was a Hooters girl. Remember? Yes, and then I moved down to Orlando, and then I didn't like it because the tips weren't as good.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
You went to Orlando Beach.
Well, I know. Oh, yeah, sorry. My bad. I know it's Orlando. I know Orlando doesn't have a beach, but, after a few drinks, everything has a beach, baby.
Exactly.
Anyways, so I had moved down to Orlando, and I worked at Hooters, but then I saw my sister and my brother came down to visit, and we went to Disney World.
Oh, nice.
Was it Disney World or...
It's Disney World there.
No, maybe it was. It was either Disney World or Universal. I can't remember. It was one of the theme parks, but either way, I saw the elaborate face painting.
Okay.
And I said, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because, I did go to a UNCG for art, and then I did go to cosmetology school, so I had art and makeup. So anyways, I ended up getting a job doing the face painting, and then I realized that I was just,
Okay, so you don't know who you were face painting for? Was it Disney or was it...
It was a separate third-party contract company.
At where, though?
In Orlando.
In Orlando, just
It's called.
at
It
a
was
random
called.
theme park in Orlando?
It was called Enjoy Your Face. That was the name of the company. Enjoy Your Face. So I hounded them because there was an ad in the paper, and it said, I can't remember. It was only, I think we only got paid like $8 an hour or something. I don't know. But then they hired me, and then I worked at Animal Kingdom, and I had to wear a muumuu, and I was really hot.
Yeah, even in the early 90s, $8 an hour was still not that even great.
It was horrible.
Yeah, it's cheap.
And especially going from Hooters where you're making like $1,000. Anyway, so I started thinking, wow, maybe the Orlando Beach, just kidding, Orlando Hooters wasn't that bad. So I decided, you know what, I am going to start my own face painting company, and it is going to call, what was my face painting company called? Oh, Must Be Painted. It's been that long ago. Anyways.
Must Be Painted.
It was. So I made a face painting company called Must Be Painted because my last name is Must. And I decided that my first big gig is going to be down in... Well, I wasn't licensed at the time or anything like that. I just came up with that name because I thought it was good. I had no, business license. I had no, real...
that's a really good one.
I had no insurance or anything. I had no, liability insurance. But I decided that that was still my own business.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So me, and do you remember when I told you that I was, dating that Puerto Rican break dancer?
Oh, here he comes again.
Anyways, we had been dating now for a while. We moved to Orlando together. Yeah.
Oh, really?
We did.
Okay.
So I quit my job at Disney, face painting for $8 an hour.
How much do you make breakdancing? Is that a lot of good money?
And that was just, he did that for free.
Oh, that was a free thing. So he was
a Puerto Rican break dancer.
Oh. How much do you get paid to be Puerto Rican? I mean.
Anyways. Long story short, he was with me. There's so many other stories, but how we got from here to Orlando to starting my own face painting company, but those will have to come later. Anyways, I decided to quit my job at the face painting booth, because I was sweating too much. And I was coming home dripping in sweat, and it was just wearing me out. Could you imagine being in a muumuu for 9 hours a day? In Florida, at Animal Kingdom, where there's real tropical.
Man, no, that would be very moistery and hot.
But I did learn a valuable skill, how to face paint fast.
I bet.
Yeah, so our first big gig, me and my Puerto Rican breakdancer boyfriend decided that we're going to go down to Fantasy Fest down in Key West.
Ooh.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
No, I've never been there, but like I always wanted to go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, it's like Mardi Gras, but it's like there's no ageism. You don't have all the young people. You really have a lot of saggy balls. But in Key West, you can actually walk around naked as long as you're painted.
Well, that's interesting.
Well, I don't know what the laws are now. We're talking about like 2002.
Okay.
Maybe 2003,
They
2002.
could have been updated a little bit from then to now.
Either way.
We can only hope they weren't.
So anyways, I decide that I'm just going to pack up and like buy my own face painting kit. And I'm just going to randomly travel down to Key West and set up a booth. And I have no idea what I'm doing. And luckily, we actually did find a place to set up. And Jay and I, we set up our little booth and everything. And all of a sudden, this guy came up and he goes, oh, he was bald headed, like completely bald, like Mr. Clean. And then he had like really broad shoulders, like maybe a little broader than mine. Anyways, so he came up and he goes, I want you to paint me like a penis. And I want my big like chest right here to be like the balls, and then my hair right here to be the nut hair.
The nut hair. All right.
And then on the back it was supposed to say "Got Milk," because remember, Got Milk was like a whole big thing for a while.
Oh yeah.
During that
definitely.
time, that whole like.
Yeah. Got Milk.
Yeah. That was when it was big.
No way.
Yeah, that
All
time.
right.
Yeah. Anyways, and he was gonna pay me like $25 or something, so that was a good, I was like, I got this. So I'm like painting or whatever, and I'm doing this and I'm doing this. And then I start getting to the top, of where the penis would be. And it's like all of a sudden, like, he's like, no, it can't look like, I did like the rim like here.
Rim?
Anyways.
There ain't no dickhead up on
Well,
that top.
I did the rim here. And he kept saying, no, it's got to be like this and this, and
He's
it's got to
like,
come
what's
like...
the rim? What do you mean,
I
rim?
put like this rim with the pee hole right here. And so he kept saying, no, that's not right. Do you not know what a penis looks like? And I was like, of course I know what a penis looked like. I just got laid like last night. But I was dating a Puerto Rican, and he was uncircumcised. So, anyways, it's not that I hadn't seen a circumcised
No,
guy.
this one
I
looks
had.
like a glowworm.
Yeah,
But
it had been a while.
trying to make him into a glowworm.
My brother is not circumcised,
Oh.
and so I had sex with a few guys, quite a few before, but I had been having sex with my Puerto Rican guy for almost 2 years by then. So the only cock that I could remember was the one that I saw last night, which had a turtleneck. So
Yeah,
I'm
turtleneck, and you're trying to make him into like he had a halo.
Anyways, so I couldn't figure it out. So I kept asking Jay, I said, what am I doing wrong? This looks just like your penis. And he goes, so he took the sponge and he wipes it off and he draws like the actual head of what it was, I guess, the guy wanted, but I had forgotten. I mean, I don't know. I just was drawing his penis because that was in my mind. There was no Google. I had just seen it. And I'm thinking that's the only thing that was implanted in my head was this uncircumcised cock.
Oh,
With
man. And then to add insult to injury, your
yeah, he had to paint it on. But I did everything else right.
The dude.
I did the got milk right. I did the whole cool writing with the drippy milk with cum coming all down. I just didn't get this part. I just didn't get that part right. But either way, I mean, does it really matter? I don't understand the whole circumcision thing.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Are you circumcised? Just kidding. I already know you are.
Of course.
Not because I investigated, just because we've talked about it before.
Of course. Well, no, I say of course, but that's just this thing.
Like I said, my brother's not circumcised. My parents were big hippies, and they were oh, it's mutilation, and so they were super against it. He was born in 1985. So that was right when people were like realizing that all the health stuff was BS. And so my parents were so progressive. I mean, they voted for Jesse Jackson in the primaries, like back then. I'm not even kidding.
Is that the one that hit all those home runs?
No, the one guy that ran for the primary, the black guy, Jesse Jack, yeah.
No, that was Reggie Jackson.
Either way, my parents wouldn't even let me watch Sanford and Sons because it was made African Americans look like they live in the trash can.
Oh man,
yeah,
I love that.
But we watched the Cosby Show. But look how that turned out.
Exactly. Red Fox didn't get caught up in no drugging scandals.
Anyways, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, who cares? You know, I've seen so many penises, and you know, I have sex across, you know, lines of
spectrum.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, when you think about it, almost all European guys have uncircumcised. Australian guys, all South American. You talk about Brazilian. I mean, there's some hot guys in there that like that you're leaving out if you just want to see like a cock without a turtleneck.
Exactly.
You know, it's really kind of weird though because you know, my Uncle David was so embarrassed when he joined the Navy that his penis was not circumcised that he actually had it circumcised later on in life, like when he was older, because he got made fun of.
Yeah, I've heard of that happen before. A friend of mine had that happen.
It just seems so weird though, because when you think about it, like, what are you cutting off? Do they know what they're cutting off? I mean, they're cutting off like some skin or something. There's got to be like some nerve endings that they're chopping off.
I mean, is there a mathematical equation?
I have no idea.
How
much skin?
How skin
like
to wang? Skin to wang.
How do they measure how much skin to take off for the like circumcision?
Equation? Is there an equation?
It just seems strange. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not Muslim, nor am I Jewish, so I'm not understanding the whole like circumcision thing because it's not a religious thing. And I understand they're like, oh, it looks so much better. Well, trust me, like I've seen both, and I don't think it looks better. I think it looks the same.
Which one works the best?
I mean, there's benefits, but you know, I wonder how like circumcision even like came about.
I mean, you can have a car.
How did it go from being Jewish and Muslim thing to being an American thing? Because I mean, most of, you know, like it's not a Christian thing. So what is it?
According to the internets.
Anyways, we're going to take a little break, and I'm actually going to figure this out because now I've like sparked my interest on how we went from circumcising, like none of us, you know, unless you're Jewish or Muslim, what was the point? And so honestly, I don't know. And now I want to know because, I don't know. Why not? So anyways, I will be right back. We're going to take a little break, and thank you for tuning in.